Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the TurboGrafx 16 block of this Retrothon 2019. I'm here with another TurboGrafx shmup, except this one, it scrolls up instead of sideways. It's also called 1943 Kai. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do before I start the game, I'm going to switch over to easy, because this is a marathon and easy's faster. So, with that, 3, 2, 1, go. Gonna mash through these little intro cards. Get to see the beginning of the game. Short version, your carrier is bombed by a Japanese air patrol, and now in your lone biplane you will take out the entirety of the Japanese fleet twice. So a little bit of background. This is one of Capcom's earlier shmups, not this particular version, but it's from the 1942 or 1943 series that all feature a lone plane destroying the Japanese fleet. Sort of unusual, given that it's made by a Japanese company. One of the great mysteries of the game. So far, without even mentioning it, I've already been showing you the most important speed tech in the game, and that is to get the laser and never lose it. The laser is OP. Every other weapon pales in comparison to the laser. As everyone knows, in World War II, the pulse laser was the most powerful weapon in the war, followed up by these companion planes. These companion planes are unfortunately incredibly fragile. You can only take 2 hits before they blow up. We will try to keep them, but given the marathon setting, I don't want to get too attached to them, both because they're fragile, but also trying to keep them can make you do very risky things. And honestly, as long as I keep the laser and don't die too many times, we will be good. So we're coming up on our first descent to the surface. Once we make it through this destroyer patrol, we'll be taking on the carrier Kyoto. I know this because in the intermission cards and after every boss fight, it conveniently tells you the name of the ship or plane or whatever it is that you just destroyed. And I apologize if I go quiet during different parts of the game. Being a shmup, there's definitely some need for intense concentration at times. This is despite this game not being a one-hit, one-kill game. You'll notice in the lower left-hand corner there's a bar that's getting low. That is my combination fuel tank and life energy. It slowly ticks down just because of doing nothing, and anytime you take a hit, it goes down a little bit more. You can survive at 0 energy, though, until you take a hit, which at some points we may end up doing. I'm gonna blow up the carrier, and we're gonna move on. It says 100%. That means I destroyed 100% of the boss, which means I get 100% of my health topped back, which is good. It's convenient, because trying to fill up your health by picking up the little power-ups for health over and over again is pretty tedious. And again, we need that laser power. Which, interesting, and there's not many games I've seen that do this. Your special weapon, like the laser in this case, is not like ammo-based, it's timer-based, and it's always counting down. Only during the intermission cutscenes is it not counting down, so waiting for the boss to explode, it's counting down. Waiting at the beginning of the level for the action to start, still counting down. But it does persist from level to level, and even through death. So in some places, even if you're low on health, it still probably is the right call to get more laser, with the expectation that you'll just die and get your energy topped off and keep that sweet, sweet laser. I think these planes would eventually figure it out. They shouldn't fly directly into the path of the lasers. Oh, as you see, it only took one more shot to destroy my companion ships. The companion ships are important to keep, especially if you're going for like world record pace, but the amount that they help isn't as great as you might think, because the laser alone is just so powerful. There's a couple of key bosses to where the companion ships really make the difference, and it's only because you basically can shoot 2 lines of turrets at once. Oh, so I'm going to fight this bomber by shooting it a bunch of times. Oh, go ahead and get that. And we're done. Not done with the game. Done with that boss. That was Ayako. Say goodbye to Ayako. So now it's sunset on the Pacific. Time for more planes. This introduces this new kind of enemy. These enemies that climb and dive alternately. You can only shoot them when they're up. Note on the power-ups, you probably notice you have to shoot them to get them to cycle. It's sort of a challenge because, you know, you want to be shooting to destroy the enemies, because the enemies will, almost all of them eventually shoot at you if you give them enough time on screen. And some of them will actually home in on you and try to ram you. Others, just in their normal bumbling way, will almost certainly hit you. So you really want to be shooting all the time if you can, except you don't want to do that to the detriment of keeping up your lasers. Anybody see that dragonfly that flew across the screen? Eventually I had to shoot it, but I'm not sure what it does. I don't think it's a power-up you can collect, but you can definitely shoot it. So laser. So that lightning bolt is my secondary special weapon, so to speak. It feeds off my gas tank energy, so you can't use it if you're at 0 energy. But it is it's useful. Okay, so this you're only going to see this kind of boss once. It's not a big enemy. It's a whole bunch of these bombers. He's basically on a timer. Still want to dispatch each of them as quickly as possible because they will congregate. They'll start launching tiny fighters, which will harass you. They'll start shooting bullets. It's all very hectic, so just stay on top of it. It's no big deal. Oh man, I see that's the first comments on the smooth voice of Baldnate. A nice relaxing romp through World War II. And there it is. We only got 91%. I don't know what happened there. I think some of the percentage counts your performance on the level itself. But honestly, as long as you get the happy ending there, where it shows the wreck of the enemy forces, you will get a full life fill up. There is one part of the game where we might get the sad end of the level, which is doubly sad because one, it's sad music. It's also sad because you'll get no energy refill whatsoever. Tried to keep the companion ships, just didn't work out with all these planes harassing me, coming from everywhere. There we go. All these planes everywhere. Yep, it's just like Retro Omega X said, it's 100% historically accurate. Other interesting thing about this, for both 1942 and 1943 original, you flew in the P-38, but in this one, for some reason, they replaced it with the biplane trainer plane from World War II. I don't know why. I guess they wanted to draw a different sprite. But beyond the difference, right, it handles pretty much identically. It's a plane that shoots lasers. So you do have a max timer level for your special weapon. It only goes up to 80. So if you collect one while you're still in the 70s, you're sort of wasting some of it. So at times to where I know I'm going to be going a long time without a power-up, I may wait for it to get lower on the screen before I pick it up. But it's all sort of tricky. You're having to balance a lot of stuff at once. Shooting the power-ups to get the right, the power-up you want selected. Shooting the planes, dodging their bullets. Oh, I don't like what's happening here. Well, there's our first credit. That's okay, we're far enough into the game that I normally wouldn't want to die there, but we are still in just fine condition to wrap up the game. Just gonna laser this small surface ship. Oh yes, no, not nearly as bad as the last NES level. Though I will say the last stage of this is pretty crazy. There's 2 step functions of difficulty. What happened to the timer? I don't know what happened to the timer. I don't know what's going on. On my screen it shows 11 minutes. I think somehow one of my, the last digit of the timer got trimmed off. That's okay. Oh man, what an amazing PB that would be. Hey, come on, thanks. Oh man, we're back. We're back at regular old pace. Not extreme pace. So interesting tactic, I'll sometimes do it. All of the special weapons timers are the same. They all share the same timer no matter what. So occasionally if there's multiple power-ups on the screen, but one of them is a laser, I'll just pick up the laser last and pick up all the other ones before that. And if you do that, it's as if they were all lasers. Okay, we've got Ayako 3. Or perhaps it's Ayako the 3rd. Indeed, we lost our coplanes, but that's okay. Got a nice quick kill there. Well, don't worry, it's probably not a spoiler to tell you that we will be seeing Ayako again. Revenge of Ayako. Yeah, those large bombers are some of the fastest boss kills in the game. Because the laser just, I think it hits them multiple times per shot. So you can just really lay into them. Oh, it's the Capcom standard. The Yashishi. Fills up your energy tank completely. Pretty cool, especially if you route around it. So another surface defense fleet. I'll start to notice some of these deck guns are shooting flak instead, so it doesn't keep on flying, it stops and bursts in the air, spins around for a while. Those will hurt you bad, especially if you don't notice. Also these surprise planes from the bottom, they'll get you too. Collisions will take it out of you. Well, we are looking in pretty good shape. We are well armed for this battleship fight, or maybe this is a destroyer. But here's a great example of why the companion planes with lasers are, where they are super powerful. I can just line up on it, destroy both lines of deck guns as it scrolled in. Also, every boss I get to the top of the screen, because it speeds up the transition. And in terms of speed tech, beyond just having the laser all the time, which is just good casual strats too, you want to kill the bosses as quickly as possible. You can wait out the bosses if you like, and you'll get the sad ending of every boss, but that takes a lot of time. There is one boss in this marathon run which I might not be able to kill, and I will talk about it when we get there. It's just because it's the unintentionally hard boss. We designed a level that's very difficult to keep the laser in, and the boss is very difficult to kill without the laser. Here, we'll get that back. Keep on flying. Oh, don't worry, Squilly Bob. There will be Konami games in Retrothon. In fact, if somebody wants to type !schedule, I believe. You can see the full schedule. This is a week-long marathon. It's going to be great. So many great games by so many great runners on so many systems. There we go. Had a bit of a rough spot there, but we're doing okay. There's the Yashishi to top off the gas tank. Get ready, guys. About to descend to the surface to fight the battleship Tutaku. I did that. This is a place to where not using your secondary weapon saves time, but the counterpoint is you also don't want to die or lose your weapons and stuff, so it's a trade-off. Use a special weapon for safety and lose time to the tune of, I think, like 5 seconds a pop. Oh, that plane popped out. Stole my companionships. At this point, we need lasers. Running out of lasers and going back to the stock weapon is real bad. I'm gonna pop it again so we have plenty of time to tank up on laser and also try to wrangle these air patrol groups. So many. And you can really tell this is modeled after the final boss of the original game. Really bristling with deck guns. Tons of flak. Since we don't have the companionships, we're going to have to sweep back and forth. At this point, I will purposely use the tsunami power to slow the scrolling of the screen. So I can take out those last guns and the tower before it scrolls off. Okay, and at this point, I said that was modeled after the last boss, but we're in for a surprise now. Because now is when Kai begins. Just gonna retrofit our biplanes with jet engines and take back off into the skies. So to let you know a little bit more of the game, there are two games that are called 1943. There was the base 1943, sometimes called 1943 The Battle of Midway, or in Japanese, 1943 Midway Kaisen. This is 1943 Kai, which I believe is a little bit of Japanese wordplay. Kai being the first syllable in Kaisen, but also Kai as meaning rearrangement or redo. And that's sort of exactly what this is. It's sort of half remake, half sequel to 1943. And this is what I call the Kai portion, because this was not in the original game. Oops, I got the three-way. I do not want the three-way shot. It is not good. It's pretty good in other 1943 games. The three-way can be pretty useful, but in this game, it's bad. It's bad. It shoots slow. Doesn't shoot through enemies. So there we go. We're back on track. We lost a decent amount of energy. But generally speaking, don't want to be flippant about the amount of energy I have, but it's one of the lesser concerns. I love the sense of speed in this level with the clouds whipping by. And it's a little bit higher altitude. Heyo, Evan Grow, how's it going? It's Hairless Nate. So generally speaking, if you can shoot the red squadrons to where their final plane dies higher on the screen, it gives you a little bit more time to work with. They can't always do this. Oh, and look, a Yashishi. Top off the whole gas tank all at once. So you can already tell even the surface levels have gotten interesting. Different background water, but also we've got like inflatable bees armed with rocket launchers. And they're like skittering around on the surface of the ocean. It's crazy. There's also this. Did we? Okay, we almost kept our companion craft through the laser enfilade. It's pretty tough. That's okay. Drifting boats, yep. Gonna just circle around these guys. I think we're gonna get one more laser. Pick up companion ships. And this is the boss. It is appropriately called Water Fortress. And, oh gosh darn it, it's a fortress on the water. And we're gonna blow it up. Please, everybody. Plus RNG, no soft lock. Hey, we did not get the soft lock. So a very small chance of getting a soft lock on that boss. I have no idea what causes it. And, yeah, that's a run killer. But we got lucky. We made it past. So we're still trucking. I love the background on this stage, like the glowing parts of the land underneath. Not sure if that's like magma down there. Is this an RG lava moment? Or is it like early sunrise and that's the sun glinting off the crests of the waves? Is it a burning city? Don't know. But now we have clouds. Oh, Yashishi coming up. It's always that formation of red enemies that drops the Yashishis. Okay, laser's getting a little bit low. I need to tank up on that next opportunity. Except we're about to get the boss, so me next level. It's Ayako Kai. Get it? He didn't hang around long. And there it is. Say goodbye to Ayako for the final time. And here it is. Are you ready? We're gonna find a train in a tunnel with a plane. This is also rough because do you feel that sense of speed? Oh, I got lasers. No, I didn't get lasers. So you're moving so quickly, you really don't have a chance to figure out what item drop you're going to get from the red planes. So you're sort of at the mercy of RNG. So now we've got the torpedo weapon, which in other versions of the game is very, very strong, and in this one it's not so good. Oh, we got three-way now. So since this is easy difficulty, you can still make some headway on these enemies, but laser just dissolves them. Everything else does okay. That's okay, it's not the end of the run, it just means we won't be going as fast as... We won't be going world record fast. That's okay. It's a marathon. It's a marathon run. It's about showing off the game, showing off the strats. Oh. I tried. You can sort of pivot yourself back and up and down on those columns of red planes in the hopes of fine-tuning what weapon you get, but, you know, how quickly they change and how quickly the red planes are destroyed depends upon what weapon you have, and it's just... That's why I say it's really down to luck what weapon you get. There's only so much you can do to, you know, once you end up with the different weapon, to get back on the weapon you want. And here's the boss. It's a red train. It's big. Crosses over 2 tracks. And it shoots all sorts of stuff at it. If you're not interested in shooting it, you can just hang over here. It's no big deal. I am going to try to destroy it. Because if there's a chance at me being able to get the happy ending to this stage, it's worth it. Nope, not really working. Wait it out and just try to destroy the last car quickly. If I take the death, that's okay. Got plenty of credits left. See if I can do it. Hey, there we go. Didn't lose too much time there. But that was the bad ending that I mashed through. And guys, we're on the last level, but it's a doozy of a level. It's got 3 phases to it, and arguably it has 2 bosses. Got our lasers back. It's good. Would not want to be without the lasers. It's super grateful that the train level is the only level where you basically get forced to drop the lasers. Because it's also the only level that, not having the laser isn't, a run killer. It's not great. You don't want to lose the lasers there, but if you do, it's well, okay, I'm going to lose a little bit of time. And here, guess what? I can wait out continuing. The game keeps on auto-scrolling, so I'm going to start now. Just in time to catch those red planes coming in. Look at all these guided missiles. See, this is the level. They throw everything at you. Guided missiles, tons of planes, tons of bullets, some new craft types. Should we go back? Okay. There we go. This also does have a relatively long run at the end to where start getting power-ups, but that's okay. Yeah, you got to use all the tools at your disposal. So now here's a weird one. This is sort of a boss, and it's way stronger than those huge bombers that we fought before. Trying to take off... Okay, got one of the side fighters. Taking a lot of damage, but there we go. Got rid of the side fighters. Gonna... take this opportunity to tank up on laser. Got the companion craft. Not a lot of energy, but whoa! Got surprised. Forgot about those guys. Gotta shoot that all the way up there to give me some time to... Oh, these guys. Oh, I'm out of energy, so I don't have special weapon power to use. Okay, look. It looks really scary. There's a whole bunch of ground emplacement cannons. But for whatever reason, they decided their bullets should be destroyable by lasers. Silent explosion, and we descend into a cave with lava. Everybody get your RG lava out. And this is the single most crazy screen in the game, because the background is so busy and there's so many planes and so many bullets, and I died. So it's okay. We have tons of laser power. We still got credits left. We're almost at the end of the game. There's still lava. Seems like a horrible place to be flying a plane. There's the Ashishi, just a screen too late for me. And tanks, you're only going to see them once. They made a whole enemy just for this one part of the game. Nobody's going to let those guys go. Okay, I think there's I think these are the last power-ups. Yes, they are. But we got our full complement of power-ups. We're ready. It's Totako Kai. Are you ready? They rebuilt it and put it in a lava cave. In the water out back of the lava cave. Just to get lasered again. We got it. It's blowing up. It's blowing up, everybody. And would you believe that was a world record improvement by 6 seconds? I don't believe it. A marathon of all times. And there it is, everybody. Thanks for the GGs. I'll be obviously pretty happy with that run. And here's the credits. I like the music on the credits, and it shows you all back to back, every single destruction picture. Oh man, good times. Oh, thanks everybody. Oh, so many viewers here. Thanks everybody for coming out to watch this amazing marathon. This is only the first day. Merely the first afternoon. So many great games, and every single one of them retro. Can you believe it? I gotta be honest, this is my favorite event of the year. It's just because I love retro speedrunning so much, and it's so great to see so many of them packed into such a small amount of time. These are hot jams. Look at that train. We didn't get to see that one. I got the sad ending on the train, but now I get to see it all blowed up. Are you listening to Baldnate or Owen Wilson? Nope, it's just Baldnate. Baldnate is just a username. It's also a lifestyle for me, Baldnate. So thanks again, everybody. I think we're gonna cut at any moment here. And good luck to Rot Dog. Rot Dog, who's gonna be playing Bloody Wolf for us. So get your DB styles ready.